Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Friday. How's the Dragon Squad doing? I, for one, am very excited to get the day going and to put, this entire week to rest. But that said, while the week hasn't necessarily been great, news not looking so bad today. We've got some interesting stuff to talk about, some fun stuff to talk about. I've got a fun garbage person coming up for the full broadcast later on, and we get to do the show with Brett, so that's always going to be fun as well. How's everyone doing out there? Thank you to the many of you. Looks like more than half that have already hit the like button. That is awesome. Wait, what are the predictions based on my history? Let's see. Can we get to 1,000 likes faster than ever before? We'll have to see. Kayla says, this Canadian millennial got her AstraZeneca yesterday. Craving brains and walking really slow today, huh? Nice, nice. Glad to see people in Canada getting it as well. I've heard some bad things. Viking Dragon says, happy Friday, John. Woohoo. Woohoo to you. Woohoo to all of you. Silver Dragon says, ready for a new month. John and Brett will help kick it off with a good start. I'm excited for a new month, too. I think it's going to be a good one. We're going to see. I mean, we hit this morning in the U.S., I think it was 38% fully vaccinated, more than 50% one shot. I have to imagine that after one more full month, I mean, could we have close to doubled that full vaccination? I assume probably at that point. Could we get the at least one shot up to 65%, 70+%? We'll see. We're gonna run up. We've got availability and supply running up against. No, it's got tracking chips in it, and we're gonna see which actually wins. Any mail today? No new mail. I got, I believe both Navia and Brianna, I thanked you for the awesome belt, as well as the soaps. Thank you for both that, but I haven't, there's been no Dave since then for new mail, but I will be looking for it. Schwanigma, welcome to Tier 1 YouTube membership. Hope you enjoy those emojis. Now, thank you all for being here. We're almost at 1,000 likes. No news until 1,000 likes. You don't get any. I'm kidding. That would be a bad stream. So I'm going to give you some news. Oh, here's a little bit of a news tidbit. So we've identified over the past few weeks together a new trend in the Republican Party. I feel like Matt Gaetz was sort of the first. The idea is you take something that you should obviously vote for and you be the one person to not vote for it to sort of draw attention to you. Hey, we hit 1,000. Thank you very much. I mean, I guess Tulsi Gabbard did it with impeachment. I don't know. It's like being the one, and she didn't vote against it, obviously. She abstained. But, so Matt Gaetz was the only vote against this human trafficking stuff. So, was it Rand Paul? There's another one recently. Oh, was it Rand Paul or Tom Cotton? No, it was Josh Hawley against the anti-Asian hate crimes bill. So now we've got this. Oh, but there's competition. This is the Safe Drinking Water Act, passed in the U.S. Senate, 89-2. Two no votes were Ted Cruz and Mike Lee. What does it do? Well, among other things, it removes lead, let's see, from public school pipes. Fuck those pipes. Fuck those schools. Fuck those peasants who go to public schools. This message brought to you by a combination of the offices of Ted Cruz and Mike Lee. They can continue to drink lead. We don't care. Or, I mean, they won't. We know the bill is going to pass, but I want to be the one who stood against it because of something to do with big government. No, the government is supposed to take tax money and turn it into bombs to destroy things. It's not supposed to be using that money to take out lead pipes and stuff. So, hurrah for Ted Cruz and Mike Lee. You guys get to be the ones that stand out for a few minutes. Isn't that fun? Kathy, thank you for your thank you. That's ironic. Noemi says, hello, Dragon Daddy. Getting my shot today. Hopefully J&J. Hopefully you'd be one and done. But whatever you get is awesome. Just for take, got some pictures of Tuxedo Chitty to do Francesca's diamond paint. Can't wait. That should be awesome. Wayne says, wow, so fast. You got to share this with Jank. No, I don't want to make him feel bad. Like being able to hit 1,000 likes this fast, it's no big deal. Also, it's not about me. It's a group effort. I didn't even like it once, honestly. So it's really more on you. May Money in the Building says, what's Gucci, John? Happy Fry High Day. I'm going to get my excerpt in the mail soon. I really, I really hope you like it. Love from the Witch Queen of Oakland Dragon. Look forward to looking at it. Rob Shively says, my 50-inch TV makes your preview picture of your face gigantic. Also, can we please get pics of Jank being a dork with the shield? Ooh, that's a good point. I don't know. I haven't actually showed him. So I've only been in studio with him like twice. I don't think that he's seen the shield because he's at the main desk. Then there's my desk. There's a little table next to the desk that I have a bunch of like my piled clothes on and stuff like that. And it's in that pile. I'm going to have to show it to him. Oh, he is going to love that. Non-Human Humanist says, tomorrow, International Workers' Day. Unionize in solidarity with all workers, always. Colin Everett says, Matt Powell has an inflatable banana in his backyard, which he calls Dr. Peel. What? I don't know what you're talking about, but let's see. Christopher says, happy Friday. Cruz and Holly are in the pocket of Big Lead. Spread the word, apparently. Well, in this case, it's Lee, but I have no doubt that Holly feels the same. You gotta have Jank on the show. That is a good idea. He's been on the show multiple times, including on Election Day, I believe, but... Forrest Studley says, hey, John, just wondering, out of curiosity, how much you or the others drop into the Discord server. I occasionally pop in every once in a while. I honestly don't spend that much time on Discord, and when I do, it's usually for, like, gaming with just a couple of friends. I don't generally do a lot of, like, Discord group stuff. I did a little bit for the game Marvel United, a little bit for Tabletop Simulator. I don't do a ton of it, though. In any event, here's some interesting news. Theme for today, on a Friday, is... good news. We've got a double block of 2 bits of good news coming up on the full show. And I got a little bit of good news for you here. And it is that the American people, I mean, it is tainted good news. It could be interpreted as good news. The American people want the government to do something to help them. That is the good news. And it's somewhat shocking because for a very long time, they regularly thought the government was doing too much. And look, it's complicated because, of course, you could be saying, I don't want the government to do stuff. I don't think they should. You could be saying, I don't want the government to be doing what it's doing the wrong things. And sometimes both of those messages get lost in the same poll response. That said, over the past few years, people have increasingly been saying the government should do more to solve problems. So, NBC News poll released last week, 55% of Americans say the government should do more to solve problems and meet the needs of people, compared with 41% that said it was doing too much. That is not historically how those polls tend to go, going back years, back to the Clinton years. 5 of the 6 most pro-big government, I hate that, but responses have been in the 4 years since Trump took office, and so far this, it's monthly responses, but it's been over the past 4 years. So, is this shocking? It kind of is, just that it is a reversal of the historic trend, but the American government hasn't done jack shit, nothing positive anyway, for literally years, and that has been during the time that a lot of crises have hit. The last 4 years were really rough, and in particular during the coronavirus. Not just the pandemic itself, but all of the economic problems that were caused as a result of it. So the American people wanted the government to do something. And what do you know? They weren't a fan of Trump's presidency. Because Trump's presidency didn't give a shit about them and didn't think that the government should do anything for them. Notably, that is still the strategy of the Republican Party. Now, that is not to say that they can't win back the Senate, pushing the argument that the U.S. government should literally just sit there and age. Seems rough for their presidential aspirations, but of course they do have distractions. They have a lot of stuff that they would love for you to pay attention to, rather than the problems you have and the possibility that the world's most well-funded government in the history of man could do something to fix those problems. So we will see. We'll see how that works for them. Okay, let's see. Badger Mouse Dragon, thank you for your super chat. I don't see a message, but thank you anyway. Michelle says, got my second Pfizer shot yesterday. Thanks for all you do. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for doing the thing where you got the shot. I appreciate that. Ouijab says, hey, John, have you heard of our Lord and Savior, Escape from Tarkov? I have, in fact, heard of it. Right now, I'm not really looking for a shooter. I occasionally do. Last year, I played a good amount of Call of Duty after a few years of not playing it. I was just into it, played some Warzone and stuff like that. Right now, I'm playing some Binding of Isaac and a little bit of League of Legends with my friends, but I'm not really looking for much in the way of games. I've gotten back into writing. I've been producing some stuff. I'm getting close to finishing my book, and I want to focus on that. Schwa says, finally became a member to see if I can finally get John to say happy birthday to my son, Javen, who runs in the room and sits to watch anytime he hears John's name on my TV or phone. Happy birthday, Javen. Hope that it's a good one. I might have seen it anyway, but I do appreciate becoming a member. Let's see. Other people saying happy birthday as well in the comments. Isn't that nice? The Only Allegra. Hey, Allegra, how's it going? Allegra sent me a wonderful letter before. Hi, John. It's my birthday, and I want to say that you're one of my favorite people ever, and you make my day every Monday through Friday. Thank you. Happy birthday. I love these birthdays. Okay, so let's see. Haven't hit 2,000 likes yet. I don't know, because I have some good stories, but I mean, maybe you guys don't want to hear them. Like, maybe you 1,670 likes want to hear them, but 2,000 likes you don't want to hear them. I don't know. I mean, I look at the numbers that you provide for me. It doesn't seem like you want this story. Maybe you don't want to know about the feud between Mitch McConnell and Donald Trump and the latest shots fired. I don't know. I'm just looking at the numbers. So I'm going to hold off on that. I will instead give you what I would have given you if we'd hit negative 100 likes, which is a story about literal ink-covered rat Rudy Giuliani. So he did an interview with Tucker Carlson. I am not going to read a word from Tucker Carlson today. I can't take it. I considered him for my garbage person because of his insane stuff about immigration on his show yesterday, but no, you can reach too much. He's got a big audience. He needs to be kept in check, but I don't want to do it today. But anyway, on his show was Rudy Giuliani, who said that the recent raid of his apartment was illegal because everything was already on the iCloud. He's technically a lawyer. I don't know that he's right. He said they need a search warrant to take his stuff. They can't have had it because you can't get a search warrant unless there's an idea that people might destroy materials. And he's had the materials for a couple of years, and they were on iCloud, so it's got to be illegal. That is a better argument than I have heard him make about a lot of different topics. I don't think that he's right, though. Now, more importantly, he does seem really bothered by the raid, but the raid itself isn't the thing that bothers him the most. Them taking his stuff isn't what bothers him the most. Do you want to know what bothers him the most? It's the stuff they wouldn't take. So he said, well, don't you want these? And they said, what are they? And I said, those are Hunter Biden's hard drives. And they said, no, no, no. I said, are you sure you don't want them? The warrant required them to take it. And they said, no, no, no. One last time I said, don't you think you should take it? And they said, no. Hunter Biden's hard drives fall within the scope of the subpoena. The subpoena required them to take all electronics. They decided to leave that behind. So dude is getting raided. His hard drives are being taken. He's like, no, 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 take these, please. Take this too. Take my stuff, but also the Hunter Biden things. My God. It is possible that this is just a convenient distraction, a way to get his audience, or Tucker's audience, to think about Hunter Biden rather than his own stuff. But man, he's coming off like a true believer. Like, this guy is willing to go down if that's what it takes to get Hunter Biden behind bars as well. Anyway, evidence, blah, blah, blah. Hunter Biden, blah, blah, blah. They smashed my door in a frightening way. Luckily, I do not get frightened very easily. But you just said it was frightening. So, were you being, like, showing empathy for some other hypothetical person that might have been frightened? Or do you not get frightened easily, and yet it was still frightening, which means that they really banged on it hard? Anyway, the man's brain is hair dye. So, look, he is a lawyer for the former president, and he almost certainly committed crimes. So for that reason, I will talk about it. We did yesterday, we did today. I just don't care. Like, Giuliani, what does Giuliani have? Like 3 or 4 years to live? And they're going to be really humiliating years. So, I don't know, just keep him off TV, keep him out of jail. I don't care. Paris says, happy birthday to any whose birthday it is. Happy birthday to all of those people. We did pass 2,000, so I will get you some news. Lawrence Wells says, hi, John. Sorry to break the good news flow, but have you been following the situation in Chad? No, I'm going to be completely honest. I did not actually see what is happening in Chad right now, although I do have a few predictions based on past news, but I'm going to have to look. Global Warm Hug says, just had first Moderna, claiming Salish Sea Dragon, and ask you all to tie plastic bags in a knot before tossing them in the bin. #1 killer of West Coast sea turtles is choking on plastic bags because they mistake them for jellies. You are totally right. I will say my wife not only ties them in knots, she actually takes them to a special recycling place for plastic bags. Mama Bear Dragon says, P-Bear X jealous sometimes because I watch you every day. Jokingly calls you my boyfriend. Calling you Dragon Daddy doesn't help, but it's funny. It doesn't help anyone, actually. And yet we persist. Except, I don't know, Anna seems to like it. And yes, not only did I play Call of Duty, the past two, and the newest one that came out, oh, I don't like it as much. There's an awesome fan who actually gave me a code for it, but Cold War is just not as good as the one that came before. I don't like the team as much. The shooting just doesn't feel as good. Warzone's pretty good. Anyway, I'm kind of burned out on shooters, but I've been playing Call of Duty since way back. The first or second one, and once Modern Warfare came out, I played a lot of those games. Anyway, Mark Bug says, hi, Dragon Daddy. So how about that D-Block? Keep thinking about the ASMR on Wednesday. So thirsty. Love everything you guys do. TYT is awesome, but TDR greater than TYT. Let's not say that, especially after hitting 1,000 likes as quickly as we did. But thank you. Grandma Sunshine Dragon says, we're burying our parents in a few hours. This is so hard. I miss them. Hugs to my dragon family. That is so sad. Grandma Sunshine Dragon, I can say that I lost my father many years ago. I don't have any grandparents left. It's a devastating thing to go through, and my heart does go out to you. Okay, Aaron Cooper says, I'm so excited to get my second Pfizer shot tomorrow. We are going to soon reach a stream where we have no updates like that because you will all have gotten it. Maybe internationally, regrettably, because of vaccine apartheid and all that, but we're getting back to normal. We're getting there. By the way, I don't know how many more days we have, but understand that at some point, I don't know if it's in 2 weeks, I don't know if it's in a month, I don't know if it's in 2 months, people will be coming back into the studio. It is likely that my pre-shows will not be out here. I don't know if that matters, but things are going to change. So, by the way, within a month or two, the show is going to change in some ways. We're going to have to go back to our linear format. We are figuring some things out. There's some good news as well. Some stuff that's not necessarily going to be considered good news. So things are happening. But I don't know. Things are changing. That is part of going back to normal, is that you are, in a way, going back. Kevin C. says, update on immigration. Bo, the fifth column, I think he means, says detention camp went down from 5,000 children to 900. And the wait time has went from 180 hours to 28. Well, just hold for the TDR show. So we're going to talk about that too. That's better than good news. Temple of God says, have you watched Invincible yet? No, I have not watched Invincible yet. I have a few shows that my wife and I are watching, and Handmaid's Tale is out right now. Although we do not have Falcon anymore, so we do have that extra hour. Well, Christine, thank you for your super chat. Okay, we are super low on time. So, Sean Hannity, screw off. We're not going to talk about you. So, Mitch McConnell. Look, I've gone over why their feud potentially matters and who I think is likely to come out on top. I just want to catch you up on it because they have been going back and forth for a few months now. So remember back in the wake of January 6th, Mitch McConnell voted to acquit Donald Trump. He protected him. And he waited until after he was no longer president anymore, so double protection. But that said, he did say at the time that no question that President Trump is practically and morally responsible for provoking the events of the day. He immediately forgot about that and moved on, but he did say it after double protecting Trump. So from Trump's point of view, he got double protected. They are not talking about it anymore, but he once said something mean about me, and so he has been on a tear against Mitch McConnell ever since. You might recall him writing this thing where he said that McConnell was dour, sullen, and unsmiling. Yes, because Trump is such a smiley, happy-go-lucky guy. He's jolly, really. And lacking in political insight, wisdom, skill, and personality. Dude, that is like literally what your Twitter bio should be. Adding, he doesn't have what it takes, never did, and never will. I mean, look, he's repugnant, but he's been majority leader. He's been a senator for years and years and years. I mean, just like, I gotta play devil's advocate. He apparently added in a draft that didn't go out that Mitch McConnell has too many chins but not enough smarts. Look, first of all, making fun of someone's weight is obviously, it's, cliche and not cool. Also, I mean, come on, like if you're gonna make fun of Mitch McConnell, look, Mitch McConnell's a weird-looking guy. I will admit that. I've said it before, but like, come on, Trump. Glass white houses, glass white houses. Anyway, so Trump said in an interview yesterday with who was it? It was Maria Bartiromo, I think. Yeah, Maria Bartiromo. Said Mitch McConnell's not done a great job. I think they should change Mitch McConnell. So get him out of being minority leader. I think that from the sick perspective of them, I think he's doing a perfectly fine job. But anyway, he wants to get rid of him. Okay, so that is major shots fired. That's not just insults. That's, I believe that I am the trendsetter and taste maker for Republicans and conservatives, and I say get rid of Mitch McConnell. So Mitch McConnell, later that same day, said this: we're looking into the future, not the past. And if you want to see the future of the Republican Party, watch Tim Scott's response to President Joe Biden last night. He's the future. That's where we're headed. We're not preoccupied with the past, but looking forward. Damn! You are dwelling in the past, Trump. You're old news. We got someone newer, more dynamic, someone younger, a newer model. You understand that cycle of cashing in people for younger, newer ones? Well, Mitch McConnell has learned much from Donald Trump there. I think he's crazy. I don't think that the Republican Party gives a damn about Tim Scott, really. I thought his speech was condescending, ahistorical, kind of insulting in its lack of acknowledgement of systemic racism and all that. That said, he is a senator. He's still in government. You'll note that Trump is not. So, I mean, that is certainly something. But anyway, yeah, that's not going to sit well with Donald Trump. It's also probably not going to sit that well with a lot of Republican voters because, Mitch, it's a good line, but you guys are not looking forward. You are very much looking back. You may not be, because you probably hate Donald Trump nearly as much as I do, and most of the people watching this stream do, but no, your party's very much looking behind. And they are going to look to Trump for choosing their candidates and all of that. His stranglehold of the party will go eventually, because he will not last much longer than Rudy Giuliani. But for now, well, they're definitely looking at him. And by the way, even once he passes, we're going to have literally years of politicians saying that they are in the Donald Trump model, or Donald Trump would have supported this, or like they'll be the one to bring back MAGA and all that. This is going to last a while. That is your future. Your future is your past. Made Money in Building says, I've never seen a normal show. What does that even entail? Well, I have only a moment left, but we will be talking about that soon. Not a lot's going to change. I'm destroyed from this pandemic. I can't do real news anymore, like actually delivered in a professional fashion. Anyway, Schwa says, I'm sorry you feel lost. I hope that all the memories and thoughts of your loved ones are no longer sorrow and replaced with joy. For me, they are. For me, they are. It's been a good long time. In any event, I wish that I could read the remaining super chats. I'm so sorry, but I'm so over, and I've got to go. There's only a few minutes, but thank you so much, everybody. I will read them, even if I don't read them live, and I'm getting deluged with clocks right now. Anyway, full show's coming up. Brett's going to be there. We're going to throw some trash away. It's going to be awesome stories, so I hope to see you there.